Hello, everybody. Uh, Hang on. There we go. We're back. I'm fixing to have to deal with my energy problems here pretty soon, but I'm currently back from seeing family, from going all over the world, and well, I'm trying to get everything all get back in the mode of doing this again. Let's see. And yes, the system is not going to cooperate at all, are we? We are not going to cooperate. We're going to sit here, and YouTube's going to f with me a little bit. And there we are. Takes a little bit of doing. Let me make sure here. We're not going to cooperate. There we go. All right. We now have cooperation in the system. We're now running. Hello, and how are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, your host, Badger Wild. We are back in base once again. Drones are working. Things are happening. I have just been down for a little bit, and I have had time to go out, recuperate, and think about what I am going to do next in this base. So I think one of the things I'm going to be doing is adding some lights all through here.
Energy low.
I'm also going to be getting myself all nice and built back up here. But as I said, we're going to be looking through the base. We're going to be doing some stuff. I am probably going to start some things. One of those things is trying to figure out how to build a ship specifically for going out and doing salvage stuff. So we're going to need a small salvage vessel. We've done salvage vessels already a few times. Oh, nice. We've got some meat over here. That little turret is just putting in time and effort. Now, as I look at here, I'm going to have to put a road out here to cover that hole up. But our drones are running like they're supposed to. They're doing their job. Got 3 people watching us right now on the live chat. Hello. Who's here?
Hello.
Hey, dog. How you doing?
I get the Helldivers to shut down right and it wasn't cooperating. So I didn't answer right away.
Yeah, I still can't play Helldivers.
What are we doing?
Eh, Dicking around mostly. I've got I've got the armored vehicles over here. I am probably going to. Oh, there's an unknown signal. I could go grab that. And we could go grab that. That would work.
Also, your space engineers.
Yeah, doing the live stream tonight.
Uh, did you see the Ultimate Army prank? I put in Red Rock Raiders net.
No, I don't think I
It's a
did.
little short reel from the Fat Electrician.
Oh, I'll have to look at it. Let me head over here. How far out is that stupid thing? Far out. Do we have? Yeah, I've got a signal or two on there. I wonder if those are. Nope, every signal that's on there. Or is it? That's what I thought. I may have to. Well, no, this one is just doing a job. Yep. Everything's running like it's supposed to. Okay, I've got one drone that needs to be set up to do stuff. We'll have to set that drone up at some point.
So basically, what it is the electrician's unit got a lieutenant in for West Point that was a wrestler, and the dude was jacked. And he had all these pictures of himself from on vacation. He went someplace where he was just wearing shorts and everything, and the dude was just cut and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they put his phone away before they went out to the field because you're not supposed to take that stuff when you go out to the field.
Yeah.
And this new guy got a hold of his social media pictures, and put them on Craigslist. Men looking for men.
Oh God,
So,
that's gonna be
as
one
for certain,
angry goon right there.
but it gets better. And they requested certain kinds of pics. So he got about a couple miles of dick pics when he got back from the field. And his phone basically, when he turned it on, all the messages he had, basically it was having, the phone was having an epileptic seizure just going. I was like, that's awesome. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he didn't enjoy it, but we all did. I'm late to the party and I enjoyed it.
Uh, I'm guessing you got a new phone and a new social media account.
Oh, you'd have to. You have to do that because there's no way you'd be able to operate after that.
Fuel low.
Let's see.
Okay,
Oh,
I managed to make it back.
Fuel critical.
No, calm down. We're fine. Dropping off the dump.
no.
See, someone asked me a
Oh, wait, I
question
can't
about
do
my
it.
server. We don't have a server actually. This is just a private game. I was gonna try and have one up and let y'all play and let Dog and them play on it on the weekend, but it just didn't work out that way. The whole time I'm
I
sitting
did,
here, I've had to give up on PayPal and come up with a different way of paying for it because PayPal, the idea was to use PayPal to pay for it, and PayPal's like, yeah, no, we don't recognize your bank. They don't believe it exists. So I'm kind
that's
of
just retarded. But
oh
yeah,
yeah, it's retarded. But yeah, Parker Film Studios here. Does your server have cross-platform support? The game has cross-platform support, and I'm pretty sure if I did a server, I could probably make it cross-platform support. I need to get a server started. I do. I really need to get. I'm going to get one for the guys. I may do another tier for another server, and that would just because that's the thing. Some people complained about. I think someone was complaining about Aaron from Last Stand Gamers doing a server and having people pay for it. And I'm like,
if I need to contribute and that's where you want to go, I'm
yeah, I
up
mean,
for
if it,
talking about it.
well, I mean,
I'm up for doing it too.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, he does a tier on his membership, I think it is, where, or a Patreon, where you pay into Patreon and it guarantees you a spot. And it's just basically covering the slot in which you're going to be participating in.
Can you
So if
send me
you
that invite?
pay, yeah, I sent it. If you're paying, you're on the server. So it's a way of making the server self-sufficient. I think he runs like four or five of them. I know he's got the all rover Mad Aaron server. He's got another regular server that's running, or he runs the same one. I'm not sure, with the same group of dudes. But I mean, as long as you got people who want to pay to get in there. It's like, oh yeah, Parker Film Studios. Oh, okay. Was just curious because I play on PS5 and I'm looking for people to play. The game is cross. I want to say the game is cross-platform, isn't it?
I don't. But we tried to have Kaz join us one time and he couldn't join us because he was on PlayStation.
Oh, that's interesting.
Don't you remember that?
Yeah, Kaz. Oh, yeah, that's right. Helldivers is cross-platform. That's why we played with him so much. I ain't been able to play with anybody on Helldivers because I keep getting that stupid rainbow screen that happens. Just like somebody just sacrificed a unicorn to the Cthulhu, and I'm just stuck in the middle of all that crap. I'm like, oh God, get this off my screen. Then the whole
That's
thing
weird.
crashes. Yeah, the whole thing crashes after that, and then I'm left with nothing.
Try this again.
You
It
having
says
trouble getting
launch
in?
game. Well, when I go to launch game that you give me, I don't like join your game. I just launch the game. Does that make sense?
No, not really.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a
I'm trying
notebook
it
here.
again. So, but yeah,
Let me go get some.
we should be getting it like next next DLC soon. Maybe next month or into this.
Oh yeah, we'll be definitely getting something there. I've got like 40 something dollars in my wallet right now waiting for it. And I'm just sitting there thinking as soon as I get this, there's another game I'm gonna buy because dear Lord, why not?
Yeah, the DLCs are like $5 though.
Yeah. But I get like $20 every time, so I just go ahead and put the other
Uh,
money towards like another game or something. How wide did I make this anyway?
yeah, I'm just getting. I don't know why I can't join your game. I'm just loading into the game.
Really?
Oh,
That is odd. Let me check my settings here real quick because I've got an update. I wonder. Everything's set to medium. Man, don't tell me it's all going to start giving me crap now. Took forever to get that last update installed. Let me see. Let me count some blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's like 16, 17, 18 blocks, I want to say. Let me check that again. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, yeah, it's 18. Okay, so from here,
do me a
oh, man.
flavor and send me another invite. See if that does something. I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
For some reason, well, all it does is launch the game instead of letting you. Hmm.
Well, turn off the wait a minute. Yeah, it's working. I don't understand. 1, 2,
Yeah, it
4,
doesn't say
5,
join game. It says
6.
launch game. I can't join your game.
Why? We've been playing this for a while.
Did you change your settings?
No, I don't think so. I'll check real quick. We'll just log out, folks, and we'll check here real quick.
Yeah, because I have no option to join. Oh, there. Let's see.
Let me see. Edit settings here. Oh, it's survival, online mode, friends. Max player 16. You should be able to get in. Let me load back up here. This will probably take a minute. Oh, technical difficulties. Don't tell me that this is all broke. If this breaks down, I will just simply I'll just get the server up before the weekend is out and I will just start a new. I hate to lose everything we've done in here, but we'll just do a new one out in space or something or somewhere or another. And we'll grab some of the builds we have. We'll just throw them in and we'll start with like the bounty and a couple of with the bounty, the anaconda, and a couple of fighters. We could easily build back. It's not that big a deal. Do that. I'll get some of my hydrogen powered miners, and they will definitely get some stuff done because they move fast and they can carry a whole lot. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I've never done hydrogen powered miners or anything like that. I always did either atmospheric or ion because to me like because you're doing combat maneuvers, not doing
Okay,
industrial activities.
here we go. Let me send you an invite. All right, there we go. You got an invite?
Yeah, I got it to hit play, and here we go. I've been hitting play every time, and I don't know what if it just don't work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I'm just hitting accept.
Yeah.
Not a bitch, but just come on then. Now there I'm joining the world. Don't know why. Don't know what was different.
May have been that upload. May have been when I loaded it last. That may be the difference. Weird things happen when you do PC gaming, folks.
F if I know, man. F if I-
6Y. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need to get this thing built here.
Oh, I've got a new artillery ship. I need to do the insides of it, programming wise, but yeah, it's mean. Oh, basically, it looks like a flying spade, like as in cards.
Oh, nice.
It's got that shovel shape at the front, tucks in behind it, and flares back out at the base for engines. And then in the tucked in midsection is where you get the side thrusters. So they have the angles of protection. Then the whole central line is nothing but heavy armor that goes all the way around the ship, except for the thrusters. Is uh, block width of heavy armor. The
Okay.
rest is light armor.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So the flat, well, like the only area that's like flat facing forward is heavy armor, but that's angled.
Yeah.
Fuel low.
Let's see. I think I've gotten a. I got the outline ready for the new solar panel, so we'll have to build that one at some point.
Hey, I'm just getting at 100% right now. Well, I'm still doing the wheel of death.
Oh, you'll be in. You'll be in.
You watching that X-Men '97?
No, I don't have Disney Plus.
Neither do I.
How are you watching it?
I'll send you a link.
Oh, okay.
I have the internet, and I have sites that like stream stuff that technically, I don't know what it is technically. It's technically not paid for.
Okay, let's not talk about that. I don't want to get you in trouble. Ah, come
Huh?
on. This is annoying. Where's my food? I'm gonna start putting food in like its own little category.
I don't think I can get in trouble using the internet, but I don't think I. But yeah,
The less evidence, the less you'll have to worry about that. No, why? Where is this food? I'm gone for 2 weeks and I forgot how the base works. It's got to be here. Ah, there we are. Okay.
did I tell you my daughter's pregnant?
Oh, nice.
And I'll be grandpa part two.
Oh, good.
Her grandkid part two, I guess. Yeah, it should be around the 14th of February. I was like, that's a hell of a Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah, it is. I need to put some catwalks in here too. Let's see. Parker Film Studios here. I have all the discs for it. I'm just limited on types of mods available. Ah, yeah. PlayStation's kind of a bitch about mods. I don't know why. I don't understand why they're so anal about it.
Well, they were going away from media. PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah, that is just they're getting the
A lot
hate
of
they
people are going,
deserve.
well, I'm checking this thing and getting a PC.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, the only problem
And I'm
PCs
not
right
talking
now is
about
that
PlayStation. I'm just saying that's what people are saying.
yeah,
And,
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's PlayStation's crap is the reason why I stopped playing PlayStation and got a PC. That it is just it's a vicious circle. They do something dumb, they're getting right now they're having
oh,
real
Eli's
problems.
on.
Right now they are having real problems because of the piracy is now going through the roof on their games. I'm like, if buying is not owning, then piracy is not stealing. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no
just
shit.
that's just one of them things that they kind of got their own feels and effed themselves over. Now we're all just looking at from the outside, like we told you this was going to happen. You did not listen to us. Now you are reaping the benefits of that nonsense. Okay, we're gonna need a salvage vessel because I've
Oh, I
got
see a parachute
locations.
off in the distance dropping something.
Yep, I saw that too. We're gonna need to be able to. How do I put this? We're gonna need to be able to go out, do things, and get salvage because I found out, man, you can make a lot of money doing salvage. You can get some places doing salvage.
Oh, I saw what kind of vessels you can posting all these people repurposing economy vessels into cool shit.
Oh yeah, I kind of want to do a. So we got Pirates Life. I've got to figure out how to end that. Let me think here. I'm not being a retard, folks. I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how I'm gonna design this ship.
Very
My problem
carefully.
is, no, yeah, it will be very carefully, but I'm not sure how to do it.
Um,
I want to add a serious amount of. I'd like to make something that we could fly a long distance,
do you look in small grid or large grid?
whichever one will work.
Well, both work. It depends on just how much you want it to work. Where's the lockers at where the tools are? Because I have no tools.
Oh, damn, where are those at? We got to build some of those up here. Oh, yeah, they're over in the shop in the back.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, they just grab like one each out there. I got them separated out.
Yeah, I grabbed a pair of tools.
Oh,
Grinder and a welder.
let me think here.
Figure I'm not going to be mining.
Hmm. Oh, what if we just built a large block, a small large block ship that was able to break Atmo?
Well, I have my freighter.
I'm talking
That was.
like without using the really big thrusters and everything. We'll just make it with small thrusters and just put a small, have like two good
You're
cargo
talking about large
containers.
block ship with small thrusters.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the
All right.
small large block thrusters, not the small block thrusters. I'll be so glad when we can all get our PCs updated and we can do Space Engineers too, and that's not a problem anymore. We can just go, yeah, we're just gonna put large block.
That's going to be like $4,000 for me, but yeah.
Yeah, same for me. Same for me. The only advantage I have right now is I don't know if I put up a PC fund on the YouTube channel if I will give people will donate to it. That would be interesting if I could get that done. I would love to do it. I also got an idea. While I was in Florida, man, I like effed around and came up with this great idea that I'm gonna have to get. I need Bundy's help with it because he has the expertise I need. And I want to see what he says about it because he's got some expertise. We need to build a shipyard. That's what we need.
Come here.
We need a shipyard. What are we building?
Look at it. There's the back's toward me.
Hmm.
That's my that's my freighter, and it can jump 4,000 Ks.
Huh.
You,
It'd work.
I think I sent it to you before, and you responded and said it was cool.
Yeah. Why don't you build one and I'll build one? Having two ships that can go out and do stuff would be ideal. We need two ships anyway. I don't think I'm going to build anything crazy. I'm going to build something like in the uh boat or Corvette category. Yours would be more
There's
the
just
frigate
three
category.
levels of blocks in the
Yeah.
back, 2 levels of blocks in the front. Then I've got pylons for guns
Oh wait,
and
it's more
thrusters.
than. Is it more than that? No, it is only 3 blocks, isn't it? You got half blocks on the outside. Oh, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you build that and we got to figure out. We are going to have to hook up positions outside for the ships and probably start building
You build an
shipyards.
airfield.
Yeah, we're going to need to build a shipyard at some point.
No, but like I built that just to. It's an armed freighter. It's an armed light freighter.
Yeah, let me
Very
figure
Star
out.
Warsy kind of built-ish. Because like you say, light freighter and it's a spaceship. It's Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm probably going to build something kind of in the same category as the in terms of size. Try to stay within the same similar size of the what is it? The survival pod, maybe twice as big, and see if I can't make that work.
All right, I'm gonna get down here. We got a conveyor, like some kind of landing pad out here to build it, so we're not near the
Yeah,
roof.
yeah, we're gonna need a conveyor. Actually, I'd tell you what, I would love to walk past my solar panels as I go to my ship. We could
I was
just
thinking you got
conveyor off.
conveyors right here by your drone hubs, and just pull some conveyor from there because that's the
Well, the problem
most
is
outside.
those conveyors. The problem is if you're gonna rearm a ship, those conveyors are not gonna let any ammunition or anything out because that is set up to its own. That set up something that'll pull all of the not components, but it'll pull all the ore out, so it won't go nowhere. But if we come over here to where the hydrogen storage is at, and we branch off from the hydrogen tank, we can still just run hydrogen tanks down through here and make a big chunk of hydrogen. But we would just have an extra area where we could get to our one deal.
Yeah,
That'd
I'm
be all
out
we
of.
have to do.
I forgot to grab a bottle. I'm out of H2.
That happens.
Oopsie.
Let me build this out a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's about 5 out, I think. All right, is that correct? Yeah, all right. So we're going to take this section out here. And we'll cut these out. Oh, come on. Remember how I did this here. Ay, 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 ay. Dick. Oh, oh, you son of a bitch.
What happened?
Dog ran up on the platform with me. Was too low to the ground.
Ah, that doggone dog, huh?
Where are you? Where'd you go, pupper?
Me, I'm trying to find something to charge with.
Not you, the dog. Where you are? I see where you are.
Uh,
Yeah, try that on for size. Oh, geez, his body just went flying after I did that. Congratulations, buddy. You just got turned into meat. All right.
you sound that. Said that so.
I dealt with him. He is done. He got turned into barbecue.
Kagogi. That's dog meat in, they eat in Korea. Kagogi.
Oh, I messed that up big time. I didn't realize that there's a whole second platform there we got to deal with. Okay, so I was actually right the first time. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't want no Kagome. Try to avoid making Kagome as much as we can. Hold up now.
All right, what do I need to bring over resources wise?
What are you going to bring over?
Build like whatever we're gonna build.
Oh, let's first work on getting a conveyor system run over here. I'm gonna get the
So conveyor
second.
parts.
Yeah, mostly. We just need a very large. We just need like a conveyor junction in the center of this little platform I'm building.
So interior plates and steel plates to start with.
Yeah. And what will happen is, as we build these little platforms here, first one is going to be just for the hydrogen that we have. And we'll do all the plumbing first, and then I'll figure out, then we'll work on putting hydrogen tanks in it.
They about creamed you or us.
Oh, yeah.
What's?
So
Oh wait.
yeah, it'll start over here. We'll run
Oh, I
two
saw a
of
hole
these.
over there.
Yeah, just
So what is
run
this?
the
Steel
conveyor.
plates you want welded up?
No, no, no. Just start the conveyors heading this way as I weld this platform up here. And then we're going to run the conveyors to here. We'll put a conveyor junction right here in the center. And then we can run pipe whenever we want to. And we're going to slap another hydrogen tank right on top of it, doubling our hydrogen storage. And then we can build off of that to build a whole new section of the base that we can use for landing large starships.
I like how the grass is growing through the steel.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, we'll come over these. We'll come over the hydrogen tank system. I will set up some type of road for a small cargo unit. We'll probably have to build like some kind of little golf cart or something to move everything with. Let's see. Hold up now. Dimitri. Petrov, 1909. It was weird when the animals had components in their carcasses. Yeah, now they just have meat in their carcasses. So we don't have to worry about that one too much. Immersion has not been broken. It has only been made better. Now we'll run a few of these out. Let me see how far I ran from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I've got 3, 5, and 6,
Now
and
we could
6.
put just one of those landing pads right here.
Yeah,
Unless the
we're gonna do something like we're gonna do that, but I need a. I'm doing this just to keep everything level on the
Energy
ground
low.
because I don't know how big this is gonna get. We're gonna need enough for 2 ships, obviously. I gotta make sure all of this runs properly like it's supposed to.
Fuel low.
Okay, there we go.
Fuel critical.
nice if we had a guy who could pull from over there. Let's see.
That's what I love about this system is I don't have to hunt down everything inside, do a whole bunch of infinite scrolling. I just have it all there.
Inventory full.
There we go. That's working up nice. Okay, that's actually turning out pretty good. Now let's see. For the ship, we're gonna need hydrogen, obviously. I'm gonna want at least enough power to run some turbines so they can fly. We're gonna need at least 1 box of cargo storage just so we can fly it from point A to point B and get cargo. Then I guess that'll be about it. I mean, other than flying it over there and flying it back, I'm gonna try and make this thing look as weird as possible too. I was fixing to say, man, I was about to send some bullets your direction. Dog, have no fear. I got support fire coming. All right,
There's some
let's.
little dog on dog crime right there.
Yeah, it was. Let me put that there.
Fucking Fido.
Let me think. How am I going to make all this? Well, it shouldn't take too much.
I'm out of hydrogen. Yay. I made bits and bits of kibble.
You said that, and all I could think of was Friskies, what cats want. And here we go. Grab some stuff there, maybe some more. Use first in a series of landing pads. All right, that should be it. And then I should be able to get this platform out here done. Boom, shakala. There we go. Don't know how this is going to work, but it's working. There we go.
What do you mean? What's right here?
Hmm.
Okay, I got a
Oh,
connector.
in the middle.
Yes.
Okay. In the middle is going to be a conveyor junction.
So, like, right here is. All right, I got you.
Yeah, and then from there we can
And right here
branch
is the
off.
junction.
Yeah, right there's the junction. And what that'll do is we can then expand out long ways across the base, just add more hydrogen tanks as we need them. That was the thing I kept thinking about when I started building this was I need to be able to build more solar panels if necessary. We need to be able to build more hydrogen. There's just series of sections here, and we can just expand outward if we have to.
All right. So the rest is just straight armored conveyors.
Yeah, we just need armor conveyors all the way over to the other side.
All right. I didn't know
Yeah,
if you
that's
were putting
perfect.
one.
That's perfect.
All right.
Now we'll
Same
do
sheet
this.
meat.
We'll do this a layer at a time so we don't accidentally overextend ourselves.
All right. Everything is blocked up. I'm just gonna weld it.
All right.
I'm out of motors. That's lovely.
Yet again, ladies and gentlemen, we are building crazy projects. We have all kinds of shit that needs to be done right now.
You put collided again.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna hit each other at some point. Okay, that's done. Now, building a ship to make this all work with. That's gonna be the fun part. I don't know how much power one of those large turbo fans will drag off.
I just make it pure hydrogen.
Yeah, but yeah, with a atmospheric fan, I can do some. It can kind of hold itself up, and if I have to, I can convert the hydrogen. I can convert from hydrogen over to a hydrogen generator, and then have solar panels to help mitigate it while it's out in space. Then I can make a cool looking wing.
I think I sent you um that 4K thing. Pop it in and look what I did because I did some hybrid design on it.
Let me
You
see.
might get some ideas.
Where would that be at?
In our let's see. Put you a Discord message. See. Let's see. Direct messages.
Oh, okay.
No. Roll up. Pink.
When you send it, let me know.
No, I thought I sent it to you before. I was looking at our history of our direct messages. Let's see. Did you see this? No, we're not doing that.
Okay, let's 8.
Oh.
I have a great idea for a T-shirt. And I told my wife about it, and she said you need to make that a T-shirt. So it's a bunch of
Here you go, Patrick.
Hajis running from Cobra attack helicopter. A bunch of Arabs in Iran running from like a Cobra attack helicopter. Let me see this. Oh yeah.
I just sent it to you a direct message in Discord.
Oh cool.
Because
Great.
I did a hybrid on that one, and I think you might like how I did it.
Yeah, looks good.
No,
This is the
it
one with
just
the
I mean,
you did the jeez. What am I thinking? That's the one you did the doors on, and the doors open up. They new angle doors, and they open up with guns in it, isn't it?
yeah. No, but the reason I mentioned it this time is you look underneath it and it's nothing but fans.
Oh, nice.
That's why I said spawn it in real quick, and you might get some ideas and just delete it. And I think we're talking about the same kind of concept.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I'm gonna put them underneath it so the turbo fans help with the ship in flight.
Well, it's not so much the flight. It's yeah, but
Yeah.
it just gives it lift, and all the thrusters do everything else that maneuver it. This just
Yeah,
gives it
that's what I'm
additional
talking
lift.
about. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about, using the hydrogen thrusters to lift at that not for lift, but to like move it. To use a
Well, I'm talking about
Atmo
lift just to get
using
it off the
Atmo.
ground.
Yeah, what I'm saying is use like Atmo thrusters. It's what I'm going to do is kind of minimal because I'm going to probably put 2 hydrogen thrusters pushing the ship, 2 hydrogen thrusters basically going in all directions. Oh, there it is. There it was.
Low health.
Oh, whatever.
It was going to happen. There it was. Wham. Good night, everybody.
Energy low.
You came right around the corner too, right when I got over there, and I was like, and dead.
What happened? Now
You
that thing
see,
it pick up a bunch because it's got so many up thrust, and it can go to space pretty well.
yeah, I'm gonna build something that's gonna be kind of cool in my opinion. I just need time to
I
build
just
it.
used the boom idea of the front booms to place extra lift thrusters and guns and rear thrusters. Because the guns are in the front or in front of the rear thrusters.
Um, well, that's interesting.
Inventory full.
What's
Inventory
that?
full.
Um, how this played out.
Inventory full.
So apparently you can push the new inset connector can apparently connect right up to the base and not be connected. Like you can weld it up to the base to your structure like an actual block. Oh, that creates so many interesting possibilities. Because then you can make natural cutaway points. Ooh, so much shit to do. Let me think here.
Inventory full.
Ugh. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this a different way.
Coming out. Don't kill me.
I'll try not to. Bingo, there we go. And
I need interior plates.
ta-da. Control panel? Yes, only that. Now let's lock that baby on. There we go. And we're golden at the moment. Now I will need some
For speed.
stuff. Well, I need some stuff for this thing.
What's that welded up yet? Now it's welded up.
Well, number one,
Invade.
I'm gonna need a basic assembler here.
I have a question about your ship.
What?
Are you welding it to this floor?
No,
It looks like you are.
I'm not. It shouldn't be welded to the floor. Let me
You
check
say
here.
so.
Let me check. Yeah, no, it's not. It's an independent. But it's independent.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it'll work. Don't worry. It's just I'm just gonna have to do some stuff. Now I can use this to start building the ship we need.
Yeah, but there's no port to access anything that you assemble.
Oh no, 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 don't worry. We'll figure that out. in a minute. I'm just working
Oh, there
on.
it is.
I'm just getting this thing designed in such a way where it'll work. I really try to figure out. So I want to build it very similar to the survival pod, probably a little bigger.
Are you building an atmospheric one or a space worthy one too?
That'll be space worthy. Okay, I think I have everything for this. Put the cargo terminal
Fuel
up here.
low. Fuel critical.
Okay, that's done there. That gives me a central axis that I can work with for thrusters and all that other nonsense. Oh, shucks. I don't have any
I've
hydrogen
been
left.
struck by ice.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to get back to the base right now. Is there something chasing me?
That was not very nice. I need my bubble shield.
Ow. You could just come up here into the base.
I'm up in here in my base. I have taken shelter. I'll say, okay, what are we welding? I got components.
Trying to figure out what's going where next.
And it started icing and sideways ice. You always could put up thrust, 4 up thrusters right here.
Yeah.
Whether hydrogen or
Two cargo containers isn't going to be too much, is it? Actually, no. I'll need like a secondary cargo container, I think. Let me see here.
ow.
Not bulk cargo, just regular cargo. Seriously.
I do like 4 cargo containers worth of stuff.
Health low.
Small ones.
Yeah, I'm just getting punched in the mouth by systems or rocks, ice, all that fun stuff. See here. Redacted Michael, greetings, engineers. Yes, greetings, my friend. Badger's back. Currently working on a regular ship just for travel, I think is what we're going to do. It's not going to be crazy.
He says that now.
I don't know. This shouldn't actually be very crazy. At least I'm going to try not to make it crazy. I currently have 2 cargo containers worth of storage. And I'm hoping to leave it at that. Now, the next thing we need is, like I said, we're going to need H2O2. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do
Why
with
do we need
that.
H2O2? If we're why not just hydrogen storage?
Um,
Just
because
as
I
a
may,
double.
because I'm, if I ever get the chance to like bust up some ice or something.
All right.
We don't have to do it, I don't think. I'm trying to make this simple, but it's not doing what I want it to do. um, hmm. Ah, the kiss roll is having difficulty right now. Let me think here. Let me think here.
I'm unable to replace a hydrogen tank.
No, there's a way to make it
That's
work.
steel.
This is what I live for in this game.
For some reason, I can't put a hydrogen tank on this side of the build. I guess it's a hitbox issue.
Let me think here. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Hmm. Stupid ice.
It's in your stupid ice.
Yeah, I'm getting pounded. I'm getting punched by ice. So I'm getting sick of it. Let me think here.
You always turn the weather effects off.
Where's the fun in that? Let's do this. First hydrogen tank will go right here.
I tried to build a big one right there and had hitbox issues.
Yeah, I don't think we can do a big one.
Big ones hold more than little ones that hold the same space. So.
Mm, maybe not. Ah, this creates so many issues. On the one hand, I want to be able to just attach there. On the other hand, I need a way to.
You have a damaged miner
I do? Where?
over here. It's smoking.
How? Where's the damage coming
You
from?
need a radio comm piece.
Low health.
Ah, just get smacked by another piece of ice. What the heck?
I just saw you had it. It was smoking. I was like, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good.
And I died.
Lean Hignut, I think. Hi. What game is this? Okay, so this is Space Engineers. It is a 13-year-old game created by Keen Software House, where you basically try to survive. It is still receiving updates. It is still going strong. There is a Space Engineers 2, which is receiving updates along this. They've basically released the full game, released their second game, and said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to not only release a second game, we're going to release that second game and use our first game, which has limited UI and has all the problems with it that we fixed in the second game, as a test bed for all the stuff in the second game. What are you building? We are building a small ship. Like everything you see here in the game right here, from these ATVs we got to these big trucks to the solar panels, all of this we've built in game. And I believe all of it. Currently, we have mods, but currently everything we've built is vanilla.
In my game, I built in Strawberry.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think here. And well, fuck it. I guess we'll just do that. Actually, hang on. I have an idea. I have an absolutely fantastic idea since you did that.
What's that?
Where is it? Number 4 on my little list of things I can do. Yes.
What?
No. I just realized that's gonna fuck with a whole bunch of other things. I have a Leon says here, I'm 13, but I have the brain of a 3-year-old. Yeah, don't worry. If you're like that, you will fit right into Space Engineers. I know what we can do here. Where is that
No, you don't.
H2O2 generator? We're going to be able to slap him on here.
If you're 13, what are you doing up this late?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Here, move over here a bit, dog. There. We'll do that. Then I can
Can I
slap
pull
in
anything
here.
through here? Or is that not working?
We've got a whole lot of. Remember, we've done some stuff with the spacing and everything. Are you an engineer in real life? If a carpenter qualifies as an engineer, yeah, sure.
I've engineered military weapons, so yeah.
Yeah, that's the cool part about this game is you've got weapons you can put on your ships and everything.
No, I mean, I made ammunition in the military that's still being used.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you can build regular guns and weapon systems and stuff, and then you can take hinges and rotors and make your own weapon systems. Built one a while back called the Perforator. Got into a fight with some pirates, and it basically just said, "Yeah, you're getting punched in the face until you go away."
I can't pull anything through this with this cargo thing.
Says I'm bad boy for staying up late. LOL. It's like 2 a.m. Let me see here. That's 12:15 for me. So you're probably in the same time zone. You're probably like a couple time zones away from me.
It's probably East Coast.
Yeah,
Oh, they voted today to kill daylight savings time. Finally,
yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Aye, aye, aye. What must I do? Let's drop this in the drop. But yeah, we've got like an entire sorting system going on right now. It's why everything runs so smoothly as it does.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
I don't know why. It's probably just
Now I
me.
can't pull from a cargo terminal across the base from a yeah.
Ah, yeah, I see where you're. I see where you're going with that. There, I do understand that bit of pain in the ass.
Fuel.
But the shop
I just want
has.
to be able to pull from a central bank for like all components or
Fuel
all
critical.
ores or whatever, and
I tell you
I
what.
just
I tell you
do.
what. The next base we build, wherever it's at, you get to determine how the sorting system works.
Yeah, I just use two sorters, one for ingots and one for components.
Yeah, this was more. This is a vanity project, and it ended up better than I expected it to in terms of finding stuff. But yeah, we're having a bit of an issue at this distance.
I mean, at this point, you're just might as well have a giant container and pull from it. Because that's basically what you did, but yeah.
Well, these they don't hold all the components. The problem is we're just having trouble pulling from everything else because the rest of the sorting. But the rest of the sorting has its place and purpose. Okay, we got all of that
Mm.
figured out. That's going to be the twin thruster system. Let's grab some thrusters while we're at it. Thrusters, thrusters, thrusters. Where's my thrusters? Okay, I'm gonna have to pull some crap here. Hydrogen thruster. Freaking wolves are back. Let me get my rifle here. Where are you?
He's over by me.
He's over by
I'm
you.
baiting him for you.
No, he went around the corner.
He's right there. I got him.
Got him. Oh, rifle. They did what with the time zones? They eliminated daylight savings time finally. And they said enough of that crap. We're done playing with it. Okay, all this is done here. Let's grab now back
So
to
you're
my
not letting it
original.
either fall back or spring forward time zone wise.
No, we're just gonna enjoy a later sunset in the afternoon. Yes, this is what I need right here. I need two of these.
I want to see something. Ah, I dumped all my components in your cargo terminal and it just sucked everything out.
Fuel critical.
Yep, that's what it does.
Yeah, it literally sucks.
I'm out of hydrogen. I gotta hoof it back.
Well, the 13-year-old may want to stay up, but it's past my bedtime. I'm 50.
Oh yeah, he said. Oh yeah, hey, Liam here. You guys sound like you have a family to provide. What are you doing up? Insomnia, Dr. Pepper, and a Dr. Pepper addiction. That's what's keeping me up right now.
I'm retired.
Yeah. We're not the spryest guys out there, but fuck it, we get the job done.
Uh, yeah, I'm 4Xing them over here. So one more year and I'm five. Yeah, 4X, 4 times 13 is 32. So yeah, 52. Wow, damn, my eyes are blurred. Oh yeah.
disable these, and we'll get. And there we go. I bet
You
people
know,
will miss the time zones, which will be the people that
no, the
didn't
time
want it.
zones stay the same. It's the daylight savings time. You no
Yeah,
longer will fall back or spring forward.
yeah.
You won't adjust your clocks every
I
year
can't remember why did we do that.
because it gave farmers more daylight.
Oh, yeah. Well, the farmers aren't gonna like it.
Well, farming's so automated now they don't care.
Oh yeah. Just the other day, me and my kid were driving down the road, uh, going to grandma's house, and some dude had a twin drone set up on a trailer, and he was spraying a field with herbicide. Are one of you or were an engineer in real life? No. I'm
I've
about to say,
done engineering stuff in real life.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I have to engineer fixes for houses and stuff like that. If something's
I
messed up, I've
made a
had to do that.
military munition when I was in the army, so I've done that.
That's actually looking pretty good right there. Okay.
Yeah, in real life, I can weld, turn wrenches, done some light programming. Oh, yeah, a lot of hands-on old man fix it stuff.
Yeah. And like I said, I've done mostly engineering on buildings and stuff like that. Just trying to get stuff fixed when something breaks or when someone,
Architectural engineering.
yeah, when someone really jacks up something, which happens a lot more than you think.
Never
Okay.
underestimate stupid. It will surprise you.
Oh my lord, you ain't kidding.
Fuel low.
You underestimate dumb, and it's gonna. Yep.
Oh, when me
Yeah.
and my wife were getting a new house, she was our realtor about lost their minds trying to deal with my demands. Because we would go over there and she was like, "This has to be a perfect." She's like really proud of herself. She got like a what she thinks is a perfect house, and I'm looking at it and she goes, "Is there a problem?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a problem. I've got this issue wrong and that issue wrong. This is not done properly. The shingles are not to the right specifications so that they don't you don't accidentally have a you don't have your shingles actually come down and like start messing up the rest of your roof." Oh, a she had a fun time with me.
That's what happens when you know more than the inspector she had inspected.
Oh yeah. She called the inspector back like 3 or 4 times, and finally she said, "Just tell me what you want and I'll find it." I was like, "You sure you can do that?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure. just just give me what you need." I told her, and man, she eventually found the house we wanted, or at least I needed,
That's a good realtor.
which was nothing that needed my help or work whatsoever. Lebs is here. How you doing? Leon, I love working on cars. Good job, man, because right now right to repair is a new thing and you are going to have work if you ever get to that point. I think a guy that's a friend of mine, Bronzy, he does like maintenance stuff for vehicles. Makes a lot of money at it.
When I
Not
was that
really. It
kid,
is 2 a.m. Yeah, I know it's 2 a.m. It's like 12 where I'm at. It's gonna. We'll be getting off pretty soon, I think.
no, but like when I was his age, I helped put a stainless steel 327 out of an airplane into a Corvette, a '76 Corvette, and we used aviation fuel in it because it was an aviation motor. That thing would smoke.
Oh man, that sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, we put an airplane engine in a Corvette, buddy, because it was a 327 meant to crank propeller, and we put it on a transactional for three-roll mid-engine car. That thing would scream. I had to make a drive shaft out of oil field oil field casing just so it wouldn't snap. We were getting so much torque.
Yeah, I remember my granddad was telling one of my granddads was telling me about some of the crap they would do, and they had these guys from the engineers club at their high school, and they were just taken off the line like nobody's business, and they couldn't figure out how they were getting off the line. 'Cause they were pulling off speeds that shouldn't have been possible, or at least acceleration that shouldn't have been possible. And then lo and behold, one day they took off the line and their tires exploded, blew, and buttermilk goes all over the road. And what they did was they went in, took a compression tank, flipped it upside down so that the out valve was on the bottom, and they filled the compression tank on a pressure spigot with buttermilk. And then they put air pressure on the other end of it, and they used that to fill each one of the tires with buttermilk. And they would fill it so far with buttermilk, then they'd rotate the tire, let the air out till it went flat, and then hit it again. And they would just keep pouring it in until the tire was solid buttermilk. Buttermilk has a higher density than water, so it's heavier. It also has, I think it's less friction than water. So when you hit the car and you have this liquid inside, it was weighing down the tires, this dense liquid. And when the tire took off, the tire is just being pressed into the ground. Well, if the tire is being pressed into the ground, something's got to move. And like physics states, a every action has an equal but opposite reaction. When you are pressing down onto the ground with a certain amount of force, you have a certain amount of takeoff speed. And this little car that they had built just had this major takeoff speed, and everybody was pissed off when they saw how that thing was running because it was basically, yeah, you guys have been cheating for quite a while. My granddad told me one story. He said that they had a guy come in one time, biker looking dude, came in with a
Just your
60.
message in Discord.
Okay. He
It's
came in
fun
with
that ain't
a
post.
he came in packing a 69 Dodge Charger and just walked into. I need some more hydrogen here. He walked in and dropped like 20 grand onto the soda bar and told everyone, he said, I'll give you 6 car length handicap, double or nothing. I need 40 grand to get to California. He said that one dude in the back said, yeah, I'll race you. Went back there and raced him. He come back out. He said, man, 6 car lengths was not enough. He said, I didn't even get the tires fully spun up, and said he was done past. He said, I don't know what the hell he put in that stupid charger, but it was not stock. It was not normal. It was not a car engine, we'll put it at that. There was all kinds of things he would tell us to do all the time. He's like, yeah, take your manifold off before you street race. And we did that a lot. And then I think another time he said if you got, there's a type of cylinder you get sometimes where, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to do that. Uh-huh. Yeah, we can do this. Sorry, folks. Sometimes my head gets the better of me. Water Lebs here. Water tire illegal? Yeah, water tire illegal. Because one of the reasons is you are getting the unfair, you're adding weight to just the tires. And because it's liquid, when you hit the torque, the tires are going to move. The tires are not moving the weight is just pushing down. So what happens is your tires get an insane amount of grip because you're basically, it's like you walking in shoes, but instead of your shoes, like the, let me explain it like this. You've got the donut, which is the tire on there. When that thing moves, the water doesn't have to move. It's not like putting concrete in the tire or anything like that. When the tire torques, the engine has to move the weight of the concrete and everything because it's all solid. Because it's a liquid, when you hit that torque, the liquid's going to stay there in suspension for a second before the current of the tire moving around is going to start causing the current to happen. There's a couple of problems with this. One, if you hit enough torque, you can cause enough centripetal force to rip the tire apart. Same thing with dragsters. You ever see those dragsters which have like
Or
the needle
twisted
like?
drive shaft. I've done that.
Yeah, but with the tire, in terms of the tire, if you put enough torque to a tire, your tire will actually start to expand in one direction like a record player. Dragsters, people don't know this, but if you're doing like high speed, those long body built like a needle drag racers, watch their tires when they take off in slow-mo. They have to
They get
put
taller.
they have to bolt those things to the rim because when they hit that high speed, that sucker when its eight cylinder takes off and it starts spinning that tire, just the spin up, you'll see that tire go from a big fat fluffy tire where it will stretch and it will expand up real tall and thin. And if it's not bolted on, it will rip the torque of the vehicle will rip the tire off the rim. So if you're ever going to build something that has a lot of torque, you're going to want to bolt it to the rim, bolt those tires to the rim because it's you ain't getting very far without it. Pretty dangerous with torn tires. Yeah, because also when you do that, the when the centripetal force catches up to the water and the water starts moving with inertia, that inertia and that centripetal force will start also pushing out against the tire. So then you have the possibility of something snapping, and that's what happened in one of their races. They raced and they got to a high enough speed, and the tire had been worn out like crazy because you are stretching the hell out of it with that water just pushing against all sides when you have a centripetal force going there. Physics bad, lol. No, no, physics ain't bad. It's just figuring out how to work with physics. You can work with
Well,
physics. You
that's
just got
not
to figure out how to
physics.
do
That's
it.
material science too.
Yeah, yeah, it's material science. It's a whole lot of things. You have to be when you are engineering something that will just tear in, that just rip out there and just. We'll put it like this: if you're designing something that will just absolutely fuck on the deal, you are going to have one hell of an interesting thing and a whole lot of cool problems to deal with. Where are my lights? Why do I have no lights? There we go. We got lights again. And I'm a bit of a nerd, so that's why I know this stuff. Oh, I gotta hurry here, so I have a limited amount of hydrogen to work with. Okay, I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna head back over here and fill back up while I try to figure out how in the world. Yeah, it's not physics working against you. It's just figuring out how to make what physics you need to make the system work. Never in my life have I ever been able to find that a part that works there. Well, I thought I could make that work. It doesn't want to work with me. I thought it would work, but it is not. Let me see here. Let me just do this instead.
Oh, thanks, man.
Okay, I can work with that. Oh yeah, that'll make an interesting looking ship right there. Okay, hold up. We got a question here. Let me.
Fuel
I
low.
yeah yeah yeah. I got launched when I did that one. I don't know how I pulled that off. All right, let me look here. Um, Leon Hignett here. I'm a nerd on mechanical stuff, but I have a question. Why do you need to put oil in gas for two stroke? Um, that's an interesting question. Let me think here for a minute. I want to say it has to do with you need a little more, maybe you need a little more push for a two stroke. I know it's not for lubrication because a two stroke, even they have an oil reservoir somewhere. It's not something I've ever thought about. Why? This might be a Google moment. Let me see here. Fuck it, I want to know now. someone, someone hit me with a question, and I'm like, screw it. I need to know now. Why do I put oil in a two stroke? There we go. Let's see why. Okay, so I was partially right. You mix it in there for several reasons. One is lubrication. I was actually somewhat wrong. It was for lubrication. The oil prevents overheating. Sealing. It seals the piston walls, maintaining compression and ensuring efficient combustion. Cools the engine down. Apparently, it also cleans the engine. So that would mean that a two-stroke engines might be a lower quality engine, I suppose, which might make sense. Let's see here. Leps. I have to go to the gym soon, but I don't want to sleep like tomorrow. Yeah, I'm currently having to do a job by myself right now on my lonesome because some people could not take care of themselves and got themselves hurt. Oh, wait, I need more steel plates. Dog, you still on here? I guess not. Let's fly out here, see if we can get this thing kind of done. Yeah, sometimes I tell my kid all the time. She's like, "Dad, you tell me to Google stuff all the time." I'm like, yeah, because back in the day, man, Google was not something we had access to very much. Okay, that's working out good. Now for that inside area, I do want to build 2 batteries. Where's your friend? I have no idea. Dog ain't talking. He may have run and gone and done something. He may be eating something or something like that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and weld this up here. I'll figure that part out there in a minute. Let's see. I've got a thruster component area for thrusters to go down and up. I actually could peel off from this direction here and do that. I could then set up a wing with Atmo thrusters, make the Atmo thrusters look really good, and set up a few solar panels to make that work, and then just build the forward cockpit. With all that done, I might could also set up a PAM salvager, but it's not really necessary. One of the reasons we have this assembler here is with holy fuck with this assembler here, I can actually turn off or take materials that I'm getting, put it into the ship, and then turn around and make those materials turn into ingots. And then it's much easier to move salvage. I can just disassemble a vast majority of parts, and then they don't take up as much space. Leps, the knowledge of the entire world at your fingertips, and a kid uses to brain rot TikToks, LOL. Oh, when I was younger, I'm old. When I was younger, we watched it was Boy Meets World, and Mr. Feeney walks out on the class one day because the kids are doing something, uh, this game called Brain Drain, and it's basically a bunch of like the really nerdy kids going in there, the overachievers using their knowledge. And Mr. Feeney's speech going out was, "You are the generation that has limited technology at your fingertips, and what do you do with it? You use it to beat King Koopa and save the princess." So every time I tell my kid to go Google that if she wants to learn something, she should try to learn to use Google. I keep falling back to Mr. Feeney back there. I'm thinking, damn, I'm getting old, dude. Oh well, it's fun. Not all the time, but it's somewhat fun. Okay. So I think if I'm gonna before I put more armor on this little ship I'm working on, I should probably work on getting more of the ship done. So let's see. We've got the locking position ready. I've got this little section back here. I need more hydrogen. Let's go get that. There we
Oh, I saw
go.
something hysterical, Badger.
Oh, what was that?
So Sophie Cunningham was at the latest UFC event, and she ended up being a ring girl and
A
walked
what?
around with a ring girl,
Oh,
the ones that
ring
hold up
girl.
round one and walked around and stuff like that. It was like
Oh
an
yeah.
ad lib thing. Dana White greenlit. Like, oh yeah. So they came out after that the UFC is actually promoting women's basketball more than WNBA.
Promoting what now?
Because Sophie Cunningham was the ring girl, a lot of people are saying that the UFC is better at promoting the WNBA than the WNBA.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's cold but true.
Well, because they just won't take what they've got and use it.
Especially if it's a white chick.
Oh yeah. It's a bunch of these I have to apologize for things people who can't just sit
Oh,
back
I just
and
thought it was
make
hysterical.
money. Oh yeah,
But Sophie
I think it's
Cunningham was in
hysterical too.
shorty shorts, and that girl got some legs.
Oh yeah. People don't realize it, but what were those girls? The the promotion chicks that were
Ring girls?
yeah, no, not ring girls. They weren't ring girls. They were what were they called? They were basically out there to promote companies like PlayStation, not NASCAR, Formula
Influencers?
One. No, they weren't influencers. They were promoting like Formula One. They were like Gridiron Girls, but they go out there dressed up in skimpy outfits with the themed in the logo of something.
Oh, product girls or whatever.
Yeah, product girls. And they pitched a fit at one point in time because a bunch of feminists came out there and said, we have to stop these women from going out there and being sexually exploited. And those girls came
Spokesmodels.
back. What?
Spokesmodels.
Yes, spokesmodels. And a bunch of these feminists were out there going, we need to stop these girls from being,
Making a living.
abused by this misogynist industry. And the girls came out before they were eventually forced to be before the companies were forced to fire them, and they said we are not mistreated in this industry. We are treated well. We have security. No one is mistreating us. No one would dare try to mistreat us. And the damn feminists still had him kicked out of the industry. When the girls were sitting there going, no, 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 don't do that. We're perfectly
Yeah,
fine. We're
yeah.
happy with
Feminists will
this. We
always
like
attack a
this.
beautiful woman.
Oh yeah, they always do. It's a never-ending cycle with those idiots. Question: what's inside a car battery? Acid and lead, basically. Yeah, acid and lead. You gotta be very careful with that. Lebs, as someone who grew up before the wide adoption of smartphones, it's hard to imagine how poisonous social media is for their development. Oh yeah. I mean, my kid still doesn't have a cell phone, and she's going on 13. And I told her, I said, there's a lot of things that are going to have to be looked at before you get a cell phone. Simply because,
Yeah, it's lead dioxide,
yeah, it's lead dioxide, I think.
sulfuric acid, and water.
Yeah, sulfuric acid, water, and lead dioxide. And those are the diodes that are in it. Oh, shoot, I need a motor.
And if you apply too much electricity or too much flame, they will explode.
Oh, yeah. My uncle flipped out a bunch of people in, what, no deeper inside? No, that is basically all they are. Morgan Trowell, hi, y'all. Hey, man, how you doing? That is basically a battery in a nutshell. It's not real complicated. Like the
It's
really
been
good,
around for about 100 and some years,
yeah, it's like air conditioning.
except in Europe.
Yeah.
Our left.
I'm sorry to all the Europeans out there. I wish y'all didn't have to deal with those idiots.
Fuel low.
I wish y'all didn't have to deal with all that crap.
I've been roasting Europeans that talk about America's guns. I was like, that's from the motherfuckers who let old people die for lack of air conditioning. And you got the moral high ground. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like there. Yeah, I've dealt with that virtue signaling nonsense. And I'm like, yeah, y'all need to back it up a little bit. Because I guarantee you one thing: as bad as I sit there and talk about American guns, uh, you can't sit there and say that knowing full well if you had a gun, there'd be a big difference on that heat wave going down. It's the reason why if you protest in America, everybody, all the politicians listen. Because they're like, yeah, okay, we live in a country with 400 million guns. If you start, it's also why Americans are very slow to violence because it's not really necessary to kick off something if you can just hold out a little bit and wait for the next election.
Fuel low.
Oh, that's what I forgot. I sent you something.
Fuel critical.
Oh, shit. I went flying into a wall.
Open up this in another window.
Okay, let me see. I was doing it on my phone.
That's the answer to a question we were talking about earlier.
Oh, to make the daylight savings time permanent.
No, 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 no. Other question. Multimedia question.
Multimedia. Where is it at? I don't see it.
It's right in the Discord. Oh, wait, that's in Red Rock Raiders. Oh, let me delete that. Yes.
Hold up. No, I see it.
Tell me when you click it. I didn't mean to put it in there.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that would be an option.
I'm going to delete it because I didn't mean to put it in the general chat.
Simple question. Yeah, because then they're gonna start demanding I kick you out of the system. You
Yeah,
had scammers. I think it's this for everyone wondering. I think it's the same scammer.
yeah, I think so too.
Oh,
Yeah, I
where's it
put it
going to?
in your direct messages. There you go.
Okay,
I clicked the wrong linky.
you had to be fine. Let me see here. We complaining about the younglings. Yeah, it's not really complaining about the younglings. I mean, kids will be kids. I tend to enjoy it if kids do something that's kind of out of character, so they can get something out of life. The problem I have is when you have stupid people come along and don't know what they're talking about and then fuck everything up. It's like with this whole Save Act nonsense. That is not going to protect anybody.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
A large percentage
If
of
you gotta,
those, a large
if
percentage of
you
those
have to have an
companies.
ID to vote, I think that's protects elections better than nothing.
No. Not the. I messed up. Not the Save Act. The Kids Act. The Save the Kids Act.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
then we need to talk about the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's getting late, folks. I'm starting to mix things up. Dr. Pepper has run out.
Kids Act. I don't know what the Kids Act is. I'm gonna look that up because I don't know what you're talking about now.
Oh, that is a basically it's online ID like the Europeans have. Oh my God,
Uh,
where's this goddamn meat at?
oh, I see that. Hey, here you go. I've got the Congress.gov link to the bill right now.
Yeah, it's
I'll send it to you if
basically
you want to.
they go, oh, we're gonna protect the kids. I've read the thing. The thing that gives me a problem with it is the people who
Congress is being a parent.
no, it's the fact of it's a
That's what
bunch
I
of
got a
old.
problem with it.
This is why the conservatives have so many problems. If they would just learn to stop being a bunch of idiots all the time. They go in there and they decide to do something really dumb. Like something the country has already decided on and as at a point where they don't care. And they always go in and try and do something stupid, claim that it's the same group of people who go in and say, "Well, we're going to go get rid of violent video games," and then they turn around and in the same who's that one senator did this? He turned around and he said,
With Senator Gore in the '90s with Mortal Kombat.
"No, no, 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 no. This is really recent." He came in there and
Oh,
showed that
okay.
he knew nothing about video games because he comes out and he said, we need to stop these violent video games because violent video games are causing the problems. And then in the next sentence, he says, we should look to Japan about this because Japan doesn't have any video games and they don't have a violence problem. And I'm like, bro, you, you
You
might want
just
to
cooked
rethink
yourself. You just
that. You just
wow.
you just filleted yourself alive, dude, because you ain't
Is
got
that
a
13-year-old kid still on?
yeah, I think so.
If you can hear me, your ability to prepare and what you're talking about is directly proportional to how good a life you'll have.
Yes. If you have the ability to just having the ability to see a problem fixing to happen and then fix it yourself, that puts you on a
Not exactly what
lead.
I'm talking about. Is like if you do your homework first, you're going to pass the test.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's like the old saying, an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of care.
Well, I prefer this one. Uh, Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yeah, but the people that
You
wrote the
have a chance to
law,
prepare and you don't, that's a you problem.
the people that are writing these laws for the Kids Act are sitting there going, they're just doing this to try and get some kind of system out there to be like Europe because they're still in this cucked I want to be like the commies mentality. Because there's a group of people in the United States who just look over there across the pond and they just can't, they're just beside themselves. They think that if they were just like if they had the same type of governments that they have over in Europe, that oh everything would be better. Not realizing those governments are constantly taking rights away. You can see it right now with a lot of the stuff that's going on.
Especially in the UK.
Oh yeah.
And Ireland's right behind because they just burnt an effigy of a mosque on a float saying, fuck this shit. We're done with you.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if you saw that or not.
Yeah, I saw it.
I was
Ireland's
like,
had enough. The and you're on the wrong side of history at this point when you have to start hiding evidence. It's like that whole little report that came out just blew a whole
with the
bunch of stuff
rape
out of the water.
gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that blew a whole bunch of stuff out of the water at that point. And now they're about to lose their minds because it's one thing if you don't know what's going on. It's another thing when you can actively prove that, hey, guess what? You did know what was going on and you were trying to hide it.
Instead of fix it.
Yeah, instead of fix it. It's like you need to do something about it. And it's this mentality that people have where they go, well, I don't want to be they how do I put this? It's more the mindset of these people looking at history and they don't want to be the bad guys and they don't understand why certain things were abhorrent. The reason the reason that Hitler was so abhorrent was not because it was not just racism that made him abhorrent. Lots of people were racist. It was the fact of when people started looking at who was in the concentration camps, they were German citizens, all of them. They were integrated, done German citizens. Now, you can sit there and say, well, they came from the lineage of Jews. Yeah, you're right. But essentially, they were submissive to German law. They submitted to it. They didn't try to outmaneuver it or anything else. They just became part of the German. They were part of the German people. And what made the whole Holocaust so bad was the fact that when Hitler started doing his crap, he was basically taking his own people who were in every single function. Let me put it like this: with the illegal migrant situation we have, the Jews of Germany were more integrated into German society than anyone jumping the fence that we got right now, and they looked like the Germans as well. This
This is
is
something.
also That's also why Germany went with the blonde hair, blue eyed standard, was because they were trying to create a physical difference between them and the people who were Jews. Guess what? There are tons of Jews that are blonde hair and blue eyed. They basically took a lot. They were letting Jews. There were plenty of Jews who escaped the Holocaust simply because they looked Aryan and they were from Jewish descent. When you're talking like blonde hair, blue eyed, I'll give y'all something really interesting. There's a tribe in Africa who are straight black people, and they are all blonde hair and blue eyed. No lie. You can look up African tribe that is blonde haired and blue eyed. That's Are those people Aryan? Ask that simple question going in there. So, and that's what made the Holocaust so, like I said, that's what made it so abhorrent to everyone because it was, oh, you went so far as you started butchering your own people, and that's it created this kind of shock effect to a lot of politicians afterward. And for years we have dealt with this, and people start like taking things out of context of what they really were, what the intentions of that stuff was for. For instance, another one that is taken way out of context is slavery. You hear a lot of people talk about how how horrible slavery is and everything else. Then you have people who talk about, in the Bible it talks about slavery. Why is that a good thing in the Bible? Well, because the purpose of slavery, there's a form of modern slavery that still gets by. That form of modern slavery is when you go in there, it's in the full spirit of the law, like what slavery is intended to be. Is when you go to a restaurant, you eat food, and then you reach into your wallet, look, and oh, hey, you're a couple dollars short. What do? They will pick your ass up sometimes and tell you, look, you can have the law called on you, or you can go to the back and you can wash dishes and pay it off. That's slavery. That's the entire point of slavery. It is to handle debt. And that's why if you listen to when you get in the Bible and you listen to that, Jesus says in the Bible, be good to the people be good to your brothers who are slaves, because just because he's a slave does not mean he intended to be here. He's probably going through a really rough patch. The dude's business probably fell through, and now he owes debts. And if he ends up being and if a another man, now Jesus said Jews, but if you have a countryman that ends up indebted to you, you should show him some mercy while he's there. He is trying to pay his debt back. Let him pay it, but be merciful with it. And that's what Jesus is talking about, is in all debts, not just in slavery. He's taking slavery because that was the number one, that was the highest, or let me put it like this, that was the one way of paying back a debt that you had was your work. You could physically work, you could pay off debt. And that's when you look at That's the one thing people don't realize about Judaism and everything else. If you look at, especially Proverbs, I got to figure out where which chapter it is in Proverbs. It is, if you read this one particular chapter in Proverbs, it is nothing but capitalism. Almost 2 or 3 thousand years before any other country figured out what capitalism was. Jews had a handbook on that crap. And if you look into it, it's really good. It says never, one of the rules of Jewish capitalism is do not make a deal, do not have a business transaction that you will not recoup 100% of your costs. If you run a business like that, where you are either making profit or recouping your costs back, and you're not going into debt, you're not losing anything, hey, your business is going to go somewhere. And that this one entire chapter is just is nothing but handling money. And it is basically it is basically the guidebook of capitalism. You can get rich. People sit back and say, well, the Jews are rich. They've got all this money. Yeah, because they've had a little bit of an advantage this entire time. They've had a handbook on this. We've all been trying to figure it out on our own.
I sent you a couple things.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Let me see. Hold up now. We are required Leps here. Required ID for online is BS though. Yeah, shit, man. I'm not even getting on bad websites, and I'm getting hit with that stupid ass ID crap. I went onto one I think it was Deviant Art, because there was a guy on there that had some free stuff on there that was just, it was just sci-fi stuff. It wasn't anything weird. It's just sci-fi. And I can't get on there now because they hit me up for an ID, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I don't need an ID for this crap. Lee Leon here. I'm blonde haired and blue eyed, and I'm German. Wunderbar, my friend. But yeah, it's like I said, you deal those types of people, they freak out over race all the time, and they're always looking for a reason. Especially politicians are always looking for a reason to sit back and say, I am the good person. In reality, they're not. Reality, they're just trying to not, they think if they can throw some people under the bus, they'll be the guy that gets hit last. Oh yeah, the thing with the Barbary.
Barbara Coast, yeah.
Yeah,
Those, that's still that attitude and that statements are still being made as of today.
yeah, yeah. You
And
just
that was
read up.
1786.
That's why people who sit back and ask, I've had someone the other day ask me, they were like, do you realize it's costing us so much money to bomb Iran? And I'm like, dude, how much human life are you willing to lose at this point? Because it's ideologically consistent to get in that war and just get it done and over with. I'll explain why. There's a there's a book, I believe it's called Aragon the Dragon Rider. It's a weird book series, but in there, Aragon is presented with a question by one of his by another dragon rider, one of the last dragon riders, points a question to him about the war, because he wants to make sure Aragon's doing this for like the right reasons. And he asks Aragon, he says, what is the true wise decision here about the war? What's the point of going in there? And Aragon says, because we need to stop the evil king from hurting people. And his sensei, instructor, whatever you want to call him, counters with, yes, but your war is going to cause needless death as well. So Aragon's like, oh fuck yeah, it is going to cause needless death as well. Why are we fighting this war? And after about a few minutes, he comes back and he says, well, because I've got the answer. And he goes, okay, what is it? He says, because this evil king is immortal. There's no limit to how long he will cause problems. Given enough time, the war we fight now, the casualties that are waged in it to overthrow him and end him will far be outweighed by the amount of suffering that he unleashes over time. And that's what we're dealing with right now. It is you have
Oh,
a regime.
triage.
Yeah, you have a regime right now that when the people protested, they went out and killed tens of thousands of them. And they will continue to do that until you fuck them up. And unfortunately for them, they could walk away from this right now. They could sit back and say, yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, we got our butts kicked. We're done. And they could say, we're done, be done with it. But they are so foolish that they are continuing to do this crap even after we have beaten the living daylights out of them. They still pop up and go, I think we can win, brothers, if we just do this. It's like, nah, you can't. A bunch of people who's huffing their own farts that much. That's what's happened. They've huffed the farts too much and they don't know how to quit and they're gonna get themselves they're just gonna get everything blowed up at some point. Okay, I think the next thing I need to put in here is some batteries. Do warfare batteries because those are always nice. But yeah, it's the whole ignorance of everyone throwing a fit. Wait, what? I need steel tubes? No, I don't. Grab that, that. Let's see if I can get everything done here. Oh, nice. System just said screw you and took something out. But yeah, like I said, there are that's why I'm more into just screw it, we'll be fine in this whole entire war nonsense. Leps, 9 out of 10 politicians are absolute scum. The remaining one gets barred from the system because no one wants to work with them. Bro, I will say something here we all will agree with. I could go into my Congress right now. Any state Congress in the United States. Any Congress any body of politicians in the world. I could go in there with just a rock, a single rock, and I could spin around in the middle of the room and then chuck that rock in a random direction. And I promise you, I could hit a liar, a thief, a pedophile, a murderer, or a combination of the four. It's not hard. There's not there's a quick understanding there that yeah, you don't trust politicians. I like Trump for a lot of things that he's done, policy wise. I do not trust Trump. He could easily do something that I don't like. So the concept here is we we sit back and watch what he does and make sure nothing stupid happens in the process. That's all you can really do. The problem with some people is they just can't handle, and it's right and left. There are some people they're like, oh well, the guy that I am picking to be in charge must be perfect. I'm like, okay, you want to sit there and wait for the second coming of Christ? That's fine by me. I mean, that's some really good religious belief you got going on there, but
Fuel low.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head to bed,
Jesus.
Badger.
All right, man. I'll be heading to bed here in a minute anyway. But yeah, Trump was better in his first term. Trump tried to work with him a lot. He was better in some aspects. He was worse in others. He was too trusting of the people that were in there in his first term. Um, he's a lot more brash in this second term. I think mostly that comes from all the crap he went through. I was just sitting there watching that whole nonsense go down. I'm like, oh, he is getting elected a second time. My wife's like, what makes you think he's getting elected a second time? I said, because of karma. You just knew watching all that shit go down. You knew he was getting reelected because karma's a bitch. That's what was he was getting elected simply on the fact of On the fact of you never say never. You never say it can't get worse than this. Well, it can't get any worse. Yeah, it can. That's the kind of thing you were dealing with Trump at that point. And that it was just like the more they kept going, I thought he is getting reelected and it is going to be wild when he gets reelected because he is not going to care when he comes through the second time. Let's see. Leon Hunton. Iran has oil though, lots, and it's America. So, yeah, I think what we're doing now is Trump said he was going to do a what is the program he's going to do? He's going to do a oil pipeline. I think there is a possibility that all the Arab nations that want to move stuff, he's just going to put a pipeline on the other side, basically just bypass the Strait of Hormuz in terms of oil. And then they don't have then they got nothing. Like why would you pay them for oil when you don't even use the strait anymore? You don't need ships for that. All the ships will go somewhere beyond the Strait of Hormuz, and you don't have to worry about it. Let me get these power cells in here so we can get this thing charging at least. My big hope is this thing will get airworthy when I get done with it. Okay, there we are. I'll have to get more hydrogen. Oh, while I'm over here, let's look at this. Let's see, Leps here. Also, with all those Protect the Kids acts, if it was really about protecting the kids, why are none of the people on the list in jail yet? Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. I think this is one of those situations where I think it's one of those situations where if you, in order to do that, probably a lot of those people are outside jurisdiction. They're probably in, because remember a bunch, you realize now Tom Hanks is in Greece and everyone says Tom Hanks was on the freaking list. And that, oh, for Lebs here, most they made their own enemy though. Most go to China, probably. Yeah. With the whole Kids Act thing, I think I was looking through it. I There were very few companies I found that were Western companies. A lot of them are Chinese or Indian companies that are being used to confirm your ID. In other words, you have to give them a whole bunch of your ID. You have to give them your ID and everything. And the people that you are giving the ID to, they're in a country of known scammers. It's like they're not politicians are not thinking, they are just doing something just to do it so they can get some virtue signal and points. And that never works out. It's like the whole Obamacare Act that happened. It was the one thing that turned a lot of Americans off was when Pelosi gets up there and says, "Well, we have to pass the bill so you can see what's inside of it," and we're all like, "No, that's not how this works in this country." It might be some other third world country, but that's not how it works here. Lynn Higgett. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong because I've never seen that one before, and I'm worried I'm mispronouncing it. It does well. I'm 99% sure. Um, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about there because I've hit like several subjects. If it's pertaining to the oil pipeline, yeah, the oil pipeline is probably gonna. We're probably gonna do that, and then Iran is gonna want to start sending people. But that's like what Trump is doing is he is basically doing the smart play, which is choking them out, and that's the way you stop a proxy terrorist state like Iran. You basically just choke them down. You take any kind of revenue that they've got and you just keep cutting it off and cutting it off until they got nothing left. Because then if they can't afford terrorism, you're not getting terrorism afterward. It's very simple. I ran out of steel plates or something. My God. Okay, we got that. Now I just need power cells. Where's the power cell at? It's like right now, one of the things that the reason why you have perpetual terrorism out there was because Iran would force everyone to pay them money to go through the strait, and then they would then take that money and invest it into terrorist supplies. They would get people on their payrolls, RPGs, weapons, drones, whatever they wanted to give them, just so they could terrorize the entire. Iran's been doing that for a while. It's not changed. And now what's happened is the funny thing is now it's like, oh hey look,
Fuel low.
we go in there, we attack Iran.
Fuel
Iran, who
critical.
has killed a bunch of their own people, which is what really gets me. Um, every time Trump makes one of these deals, I'm like, ah man, those people. And then Iran breaks it, and I'm like, y'all just a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, I swear. They end up breaking the entire pact, and I'm like, oh come now. Surely y'all are smarter than that. Okay. But they do. They break it every single time. And it's just like, okay, all right. Y'all should know how this plays out. But they're gonna do dumb things. Dumb people do dumb things. And by doing that, they keep prolonging they prolong the inevitable, and they prolong their own demise, which is where that's all working at right now. But like I said, it's mostly the people that are bothered. By the way, I don't call them Iranians. That this is the Iranian government. It's the Persian people who are currently occupied. That's ultimately what's going on. They're under occupation. Their king, their leadership, the king and prince that they wanted was removed from their country. And it's also the same reason why the Houthis are so liked by the Iranians, because they're technically the same group of people. The Houthis have been, except the Iranians are the ones who were successful in overthrowing a government. That's not the Houthis. No, it's the Palestinians. The Palestinians have never been successful at overthrowing a government, and they're not successful because they don't know how to fight a war. When you're taking water pipe and you are turning it into bombs instead of making a logistical asset, and I know what people are going to say in the comments. Someone's going to get in there and go, "Oh, well, but Israel will just blow up whatever whatever you use the water pipe for." Yes, and then you have a legitimate war crime, and you have the world stage finally going in there and doing something about it. When you are running into a country that's not yours and stirring up crap and firing the first shots, and then you want to turn around and say, well, they're doing this, it's very hard for international courts, it's very hard for the international community to sit there, turn around and go, hey, Israel, you've kind of done a no-no, when you're committing a no-no first. And that creates a whole lot of other issues in its own right, because that's, like I said, you can't sit there and the thing about the people that are running the Iranian government is they think they can go in, do something stupid, and then everything will be fine. And it's not work like that. It's continuing to not work like that. And as it has kept going, they are finding out, or they haven't figured out yet, that yeah, you can go commit an act of horrid violence, but just because you do it doesn't mean the other guy gets punished if you started it. I'm getting tired. I think I kind of lost myself in that entire last sentence right there. But yeah, you can't run up there, punch someone in the face, say, and then retreat back and go, "Oh my gosh, they're attacking me." Yeah, they're gonna attack you. They're gonna get pissed. You can't. You can play this little game of I'm gonna play. You can play the game of, well, we're gonna be like school kids, and I'm gonna run up and punch you in the mouth, and then run away to the teacher and say, and hide behind her and say, "Oh no, 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 he's trying to beat me up, teacher, teacher, he's trying to beat me up." And ultimately, all that's going to get you is eventually that person's going to wait for you with a ball bat somewhere later and catch you when there's no teacher around. And that's what's happening. They're getting pounded right now, and most of the politicians, like I said, the reason why they're doing this Save Act and they don't look into it, they don't understand the policies, they don't understand the world, the stage right now, and all they know is this group of people that don't look like me is being affected, and I need to do something about it. And it's the same thing. Instead of looking at it from the actual problem, which the actual problem, it like with Iran, the problem is the Iranians. You have to with the Iranian government. You have to look at that and say, okay, it's the Iranians that are the problems. It's not the Persians that are there, and we probably need to deal with this problem because I think it was Asmongold was talking about this also today. He said it's costing us billions of dollars. Someone in his comments go, it's costing us billions of dollars to fight this war, and he's like, yes, and it's also costing us billions of dollars to develop countermeasures for these idiots so that we can have peace. We might as well just go over there and just beat the snot out of them and have this nonsense be over with. And there are people that just cannot wrap their head around that concept. They cannot get around the idea of, well, we've got to, sometimes you actually have to fight. Sometimes you do. It's like, I pose this question to, because I'm more conservative than I am liberal, uh, more right leaning than left leaning, I would say. I try to be independent as often as I can be. If if everyone is following, if I can find a candidate that can, it's very hard nowadays to find a can to be able to be non-biased in all of it and try to pick an even balance. But the problem with people on the left, and I pose this question to them almost all the time. They're like, "Well, there's never a reason for violence." My question that I pose those types of people is, okay, if there's no such thing as a right time for violence, then what do you do when I see if I have a gun and there's a Nazi running through the streets chasing Jews with a gun? Do I shoot the Nazi or do I try to wrestle him down? Most liberals are going to say, no, you need to shoot that Nazi. Okay. So we've already agreed. You need to use violence at some point in time to deal with a problem. If the problem is a certain type of problem, hey, guess what? We're gonna solve some problems here real quick. Try to look at this right here, and I wonder if I can pull this up here, make a small little run, run through the section of the ship here, make like rooms and storage and all that good stuff. And then I would be able to, this is my concept here. Then I would be able to run a secondary drop point here with a ladder and a door. I could flip that upside down, I think. And I could have an arrow lock come through here. This is where my ship is obviously going to lock into place. And then I have plenty of room for the wings, for the side thrusters that are going to be necessary. And I can run a airlock, an air system through here, running from this area of the ship to the back. That may be doable. I could also put another airlock, one of those angled doors on the top of the ship where the cockpit's going to go. And then we could use that. Let me think here. I could then use that to access the upper area of the ship, which might help a lot more. Let's, I don't know. I need to think about this a little bit because it's looking pretty decent. I like this whole singular engine design in the back here. It's working out pretty good. But I'll be back on Thursday. See, the solar panels are working. Let's look back over here at the base real quick. Yeah, it's looking good. Let me
Fuel low.
charge in here. Probably gonna die if I'm not careful. All right.
Fuel
So
critical.
yeah, this is like I said, I'm back from vacation. Badger's back messing around. Going to build a ship to fly around in, something like a sort of like a gunship almost, if we could do that. Let me see here. We've got, oh wow, a bunch of stuff just popped up. All right, let me go through here. The China one was the Iran oil comment. Ah, yeah. So like with the that's another thing because Iran was the big supplier of oil to enemies of ours at a discount. We basically crushed that possibility right there. There, China's been hurting. Uh, People don't know this because it's not being reported, but I saw something the other day where China, where they were saying, you know, it's propaganda from China. You have to kind of read between the lines. And then the Chinese were going, China is so much better than the West because China has figured out that they can burn trash for fuel. And I'm like, nope, you can do that. It's just, it's not very good for the environment. It's not very good for your breathing air. It f's everything up. But they're hurting so badly for fuel. They are now cleaning out their rivers, cleaning the ocean. They have ships now with fishing nets going out there, skimming the top of the water for plastic and stuff that they can take back to their uh, what is it? Back to their power plants and burn it because they run their power plants on on burning oil, diesel and fuel. And now they are just absolutely effed. Leon, here I have a question. Do you believe in the Book of Enoch? I know off subject. I have not done enough studying on the Book of Enoch. I probably should look into that now that you mentioned it. That may be some reading I'll have to do at some point. Because usually the way my mind works is if a subject interests me, I will go check it out. And I'm kind of wondering about the Book of Enoch. I've heard of it, but I need to look into it. I don't feel that it is some. I'm not going to comment on it until I look at it because I may not have enough information on there to do anything accurate, and I will say something stupid. I promise you. I'm I may be a proud asshole, but I am humble enough to recognize when I don't know nothing. Leps here. Also, American healthcare has so much fraud. Yeah, the healthcare system. Mostly our healthcare is jacked up really bad because insurance companies want us to. They want to put us on subsidized healthcare like the rest of Europe, and that really doesn't work when you've got other things to pay for. And most of that money is there are people who are getting rich off the fraud, but they are also sending money to one party in particular. We already know who that is. I'm not naming names. Is it really a war crime if you had fun doing it? LOL. Well, it depends on what the war crime is. Um, Really, I don't think certain things should be war crimes. It's mostly just decorum in battle, not one thing like throwing food tins over a trench and then for 2 days straight and then chucking grenades on the third. That's kind of underhanded. That's kind of a dirty tactic. Um, Poisoning wells. Water is. I see the point of not burning fields and poisoning water wells because you are causing a lot of lasting damage doing that. So that is something. Yeah, I think that probably should be a war crime because because you poison a well, you are not just hurting the enemy, you're hurting everyone. Really, in an age of warfare, America has kind of proven that this is one of the concepts we've proven as Americans. You don't need to be indiscriminate to win a battle. It is actually better to win a battle with precision. And if you're precise, you can basically do way more damage to the enemy than if you drop 10,000 bombs on them. We've got bombs that are super accurate. I think Israel did this one thing a while back. I'm not preaching for Israel. I'm just saying this is a fucking gangster move that they did, and I have to give them props for it. They went to Iran and proved to Iran that they could hit them one time, and Israel basically takes a dummy bomb, basically a big concrete dud that doesn't have any explosives on it. It's just a guidance system. And because the guidance system's in the nose, when this thing hits, it just crumples the thing. It's absolutely worthless. Israel flew an F-15, an Israeli F-15, F-15 Eagle, right into Iran and dropped a dummy bomb right onto one of their
Fuel critical.
one of their processing plants for what is it, uranium? And it was just like, yeah, we can hit you. Here's the bomb. We just dropped it right there. We didn't blow nothing up. We just put it in your parking lot, just letting you know we're here. We can hit you. That was pretty good. But people claim war crime over that one too. War crime is like Nazi nowadays. No one knows what it is. Leps Liberty is built on the blood of good men. No, Liberty is built on the blood of heroes and tyrants because you have a bad guy, there's a tyrant, he's gonna have to die, and a lot of heroes are gonna have to fall in order to get to that one tyrant, and that's the sad fact of it. It's sort of if you want to hear this, correcting things. I think the best way I ever heard of it was actually a Jedi proverb. This is wild. Okay, there is actually a Jedi proverb where they talk about, why is it that one bad thing has more weight than a lot of good actions. In the proverb, it goes, a man comes to Coruscant and he meets a Jedi. The Jedi is rude and just arrogant, rude, all that. And he walks away from the conversation with the Jedi thinking, wow, all Jedi must be buttholes. Now he runs into the next Jedi. And the next Jedi, is actually nice, courteous, is quintessentially a Jedi, full of wisdom, knowledge, helps him as best he can, then goes on, blesses his day, and then like goes on, says, may the force be with you, and he goes on. And so the traveler to Coruscant then comes to the conclusion, half of the Jedi must be buttholes, and half the Jedi must, be really good, decent people. He meets a third Jedi, and the third Jedi is like the second Jedi, same thing, helps him best he can. May the force be with you, sir, and have a good time. And he walks off and he's like, okay, well, maybe that guy he's just like a third of the Jedi are buttholes and the other two thirds are not. As he keeps running into Jedi who are doing more and more good things to him, eventually he comes to the conclusion of that one guy, that one Jedi I ran into must be an outlier among the group because the rest of them are wonderful. This is why bad things usually outweigh good things because it takes more good to fix bad things than it does for a bad thing to cancel out a good action. For instance, um, another area where Odin's talking to Thor in Marvel's Thor, and Odin tells him, he says, you have a hammer. It can build things, it can destroy things, and that's how people are. The power that humanity has is in a hammer. We can build some great stuff. We can destroy things really quickly. And there are people out there that, they just destroy things. They don't build anything. And because they destroy things, well, it doesn't take much to go over there and set something on fire. But it does take a long time to build a hut. And it will take a long time because you can't just throw it in there and everything work out. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, I'm getting philosophical, which means I am getting super tired, and the Dr. Pepper has officially ran out like 2 hours ago, guys. If you want to help with that, I have a Dr. Pepper fund right now. Fellow engineer tier, you get to see everything that I put on the channel early. As soon as I have uploaded it and given it a title and everything, you get to see it. And I get money for Dr. Pepper so I can do these live streams and y'all can have a good time. I don't get so esoteric with all the stuff. We can talk more about sci-fi and stuff like that. Normally, I don't talk about politics. It's not my thing. I don't like talking about it. It's pointless. Best thing I can tell people to do, if you have a problem with your government, it's like Mark Twain says, everyone complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Do something about it. Go vote. Vote like hell. Vote as hard as you possibly can. And if everything falls apart, well, you probably have some other options there somewhere if you can look. But like I said, do the fellow engineer tier. I'm planning on doing another tier at some point that will pay for. a server at some point, and I will throw up a server. It'll basically be everyone running through, and I'll just do like a review, going through, seeing what all y'all have built in the server and checking stuff